but I reached a point, in my mid 60s where it just wasn't floating my boat anymore. And there were a number of contributing factors, not the least of which was that, when that alarm clock went off, I just didn't have that passion to go and tackle another day,
Yep.
um, because it was feeling monotonous. I wasn't feeling like I was getting anywhere. I felt like I was pedaling in place.
Yep.
I was really tired of corporate bureaucracy, even though I worked for many, many great companies that, I wouldn't trade those experiences for all the tea in China. But, um, uh, big corporations just weren't doing it for me anymore. And I grew weary. I got tired of getting into meetings and on, video calls where, people didn't show up on time. The meeting didn't get
Sure.
started on time. We started discussing, oh, do we really need to have this meeting? Or gee whiz, Johnny didn't accept it and we should reschedule it. And I felt like my time was getting wasted and I just didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything meaningful anymore.
Yep.
And so, that along with the stress of the pandemic, it kind of collided, what I was feeling collided with, some of the stress that we all went through with the pandemic. And I had a number of really difficult challenges in my personal life at that time too, that just added to my
All the weight.
dissatisfaction overall.
Right.
And so, having worked with you and developed a, colleague, professional and personal friendship with you during that period of time at our last company. And we'd stayed in touch. And another colleague of ours reminded me that you had gotten into this coaching program and really encouraged me. He knew I wasn't happy and he says, you should call Nicole. And so I did. And we had a great chat. And I think I
Yep.
just signed up the same day or within that week and
Yep.
said, you know what? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And so I better do something different. Otherwise, I'm going to stay stuck forever.
Yeah.
And, and so we got started on the program.
Definitely. Do you ever
And
have any moments too when you kind of look back and you say, what if I didn't do this? Where would I be now?
oh, absolutely. I think about it almost daily and I go, you know what? I would have still been afraid. I was paralyzed, you
Yep.
know, fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty, was just paralyzing me. So I just kind of, plodded along.
Yep.
And um, and so anyhow, the program that you helped coach me through um, really enlightened me. It made me look inside myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
still have my vision board up here in front of me. I've changed it a little bit over the last few months because my circumstances are different now. But
Of course.
one of the things you may remember, and I don't even remember where I got this, it's probably up there, but is a quote. And it didn't mean a lot to me at the time, but something seemed important about it. And that quote was, a person often meets her destiny on the road she took to avoid it.
I love
And,
it.
and I think about that constantly because
Yep.
I was avoiding going down a certain path.
Yep.
And and then I took it and my whole life has just changed in the last 8 months. It's just been absolutely amazing.